All right, welcome. Another edition of It's Still Real to Me. Good to have you aboard here. It is a Sunday morning. We're doing the live stream. My pal Joey Levine is my partner, of course. Every weekend, It's Still Real to Me. And Joey, I think the live stream, I think we have solved the problems now, okay? Unfortunately, the problems were on my end. We don't need to get into the whole technical aspect of it, but, if you tuned in last week, we tried to do the live. We've done the live stream a few times. And we tried to do it again last week and just it was buffering. It wasn't going well. And as you can see right now, everything is totally fine. So we're good to go. We've solved the issue. And I think this is a good way to do this show every weekend. And of course, whenever we do bonus episodes throughout the week. So Joey, good morning. How are you today?
I'm great, and this is exciting. Like it was a little bit of a rocky road to get here. Actually, not that rocky. It was only a couple episodes, so I feel like we're in a good spot with the live stream.
So, of course, everything Zaslow Show 2.0, including It's Still Real to Me, is brought to us by Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys, 800-747-FREE, 800-747-3733 if you're involved in any kind of an accident, hit and run, slip and fall, car, motorcycle, boating accident. First, you call 911, then you get Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys on the phone. They treat you like family. You worry about your health, they get you the money you deserve. Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys, 800-747-FREE, 800-747-3733. And of course, one of our sponsors as well on It's Still Real to Me, Matthew H. Maschler and Signature Real Estate Finder. BRCW, one of the founders of Boca Raton Championship Wrestling. They have birthday bash next weekend at Meisner Park. Almost sold out. There are just a few tickets remaining. So if you want to get on that, you get the discount, the promo code on Ticketmaster.com. Birthday bash next weekend. You got a bunch of big names, especially big names on the indie scene are going to be there next week. Use the promo code BDAY. There are very few tickets remaining. So if you want to get in on a great live action pro wrestling indie show next week, BRCW, Meisner Park, Ticketmaster.com. But of course, if you're looking for your dream home in any part of South Florida, look no further than your trusted real estate broker, Matthew H. Maschler. Great wrestling fan. And obviously, if you're looking to get that dream home, you want to go with your trusted real estate broker. Matthew's got over a decade experience specializing in luxury homes. He is a certified luxury home marketing specialist. So if you're thinking about getting that dream home, if you want to make sure it's as seamless a process as possible, that's why I send you to Matthew H. Maschler's Signature Real Estate Finder. Maybe you're ready to take your real estate career to the next level. You could join the Signature team. Signature Real Estate Companies are South Florida's industry leaders, number one in Boca Raton. All right. So whether you're looking to buy your dream home, you're looking to sell your property, or you're just looking to join the best in the business, you contact Matthew H. Maschler, 561-208-3334, or go to realestatefinder.com. Again, sell your dream home, sell your home, buy your dream home, or looking to join the best in the business. Matthew H. Maschler, 561-208-3334, realestatefinder.com. Matthew H. Maschler, your pathway to exceptional real estate experience. And of course, Joey, it's Sunday morning. Like, we got a lot going on here. Every sport, all the major live sports are going on. The last of our major sports got going this week with the NBA, and BetOnline is your top spot for all your NBA action this season. Well, you got the MLB postseason, World Series, NFL, college football, NHL. It's all in full swing. BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions. You can get everything NBA right at your fingertips with the desktop and mobile access for every sport anytime. Head to the BetOnline website today to get in on the action. Don't forget, use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. All right, we've gotten through all the super important stuff. Now we're going to get to some more of the fun stuff here, Joey, and that's getting everyone caught up in what's going on in the world of pro wrestling. Let's start out with last night. I didn't watch it live. There was too much going on last night. I had the Panther game. I had the Heat game. I was really tired by the end of those. I went out to dinner. My son's birthday. It was a whole big thing. All right. So by the time we got home, I was super tired after I finished the sporting events. I'm like, all right, I want to give Collision my full attention. This is the first time in months that I was like, all right, Collision's appointment watching. I got to make sure I watch Collision. I watched this morning. All right, I watched the World Championship match. Kenny Omega trying to defend his streak, his number of days, which I like that they did that. I like that they added a little wrinkle there to MJF's title reign. Was there ever a moment in the match that you thought Kenny Omega was going to win?
No, excuse me. To me, that's the only unfortunate thing about this match is that it's such an incredible. I mean, the match itself. I mean, I think I saw Sean Ross Sapp saying arguably the best TV match like in history, just like free TV match, like up there. Maybe he meant AEW history. Maybe I read it wrong, but like people were talking about how this is undoubtedly one of the greatest matches in AEW TV history. But the problem is like, and we're going to talk about MJF's all of his, look, they're setting MJF up the way they should as a champion. He is just massive at this point. He already has a title match at Full Gear in a few weeks. There was no way in hell Kenny Omega was winning this match.
How about just what you saying that?
That's the only issue I had with it.
Well, how about showing how huge MJF is right now that you just said there was no way Kenny Omega was winning that match?
Well, and that's mainly because this was a passing of the torch. Like they stayed out there afterwards. They both talked they both cut promos after the show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I haven't watched them yet, but apparently, MJF was complimentary to him and Bryan Danielson and some other people. Like this was very much a passing of the torch moment. Not that he needed it. He's already the top guy in the company.
Well, was it a passing of the torch moment or was it more of this guy is in my league moment?
Isn't that it's similar? It's a similar idea, isn't it? Like when you pass the torch to someone, you're saying like you're in my league now. But
I usually think passing of the torch is you're the best now. You're the top guy.
Oh, he is. He is officially, no questions asked, the top guy maybe in the history of the company already at this point. I mean, he's the longest reigning AEW champion now, officially. Well, in a day, I guess. And then he's also the tag champion.
He'll get to that day
in Ring of Honor. Yes, he will get to that day. And then look, I think the testament to MJF right now, to be honest, and I don't know, I mean, I guess beyond the match, which was an incredible match.
It was a really good match.
I was thinking about MJF after I watched that match. And I don't know. I know the 2024 thing for him, like the contract. I'm assuming there's some reality to that where his contract probably is up. I don't know how much reality there is in the possibility of him leaving AEW, especially in the way he's positioned right now. But I'm going to tell you what right now. To me, I never realized it until like literally this morning when I was thinking about it. All these guys that are in this company, Cody coming and going, the Bucks, all these people, they could all go. If this company were to lose MJF, I think they crumble. He's the one guy of all of these guys who came into the company as a relatively unknown, basically an unknown. I mean, if you're a hardcore indie, if you watched MLW, you knew him, but we didn't know who MJF was. And look at him, 27 years old, 4 years. He came in at 23, and now he is arguably the second biggest star in professional wrestling right now. Third, fourth, behind Roman and Cody and those guys. He's the only real homegrown AEW superstar. The rest of these guys were stars before they got there. And it's a testament to what they've done with him and him as a talent. But man, he's carrying this company on his back in a way that we haven't seen in a long time.
There are two reasons why there was not a single moment in the match that I thought Kenny Omega was going to win. The first one you may think is kind of stupid, but this stuff's important to me. If Kenny Omega is going to win the championship, he's going to win the title, and you don't have a belt to give him?
Yeah.
That's crazy, because Jay White has the belt. Kenny Omega can't win the championship for the second time and defend his reign, and they don't have a belt to give him. That's crazy to me, All right. So that was number one. He was never winning because then you don't have the moment. You don't have the promo shots. You don't have anything, you know? That was number one. Number two for me was MJF is getting it from all angles. All right. There are so many different stories right now. And those all get thrown to the wayside if he's no longer the champion. And that's fine. Like that just, it's part of the show. That is what it is. But that also lets you know, yeah, there was no way MJF is losing, because then what's the point in all the other extracurricular stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. And that speaks like yeah, I said, I was talking about how he has, right, and he has, but they have full gears already set. It's MJF and Jay White. And yeah, you could do Kenny Omega versus Jay White. I don't think people would be as excited about that, although it would be awesome, because I think maybe it's only been done in New Japan. I don't really remember, but yeah, I mean, you had to do it this way. What I do think is interesting with him fighting Kenny and them shaking hands, Kenny putting him over after the match, is on Dynamite, MJF has a 4-on-4 tag match against Bullet Club Gold, but doesn't have any tag partners yet. And I think my assumption was it would either be the Kingdom with Roddy or the Acclaimed with Daddy Ass.
Well, but he already turned them down, and he said never, never going to happen.
What if it's the Elite?
Oh, I think it is the Elite.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it is the Elite. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't really. I didn't even put that together until just like.
Yeah, no, I thought about that after the show on Wednesday, where I thought he was going to accept the Acclaimed. He made it very clear he is never going to accept the Acclaimed. And then when Kenny Omega came out, it was like, oh, they respect each other. All right, MJF's going to win. He's got Kenny Omega's respect. So the Elite, they're going to help him in this 4-on-4 tie. It's definitely the Elite. Yeah, I think so.
But will it be, so the question, so then the follow-up to that is, will it be Kenny?
Right, I don't know.
And the Bucks, or will it be the Hung Bucks, who are who are also, they're the ROH Trios champions?
My guess is it's Kenny and the Bucks, but I don't know.
Right. Well, because Kenny has his stuff going on with Don Callis and all that. But
it's the Elite.
But they've done, and I think this must be this MJF stuff. The fact that he has all these people coming after him and all this has to be a product of Adam Cole getting hurt, right?
Yeah,
like they didn't have one story for him to replace all the stuff with Adam Cole, so like let's just throw everyone at him.
Yeah, look over here so you don't notice what's going on over here, which is Adam Cole being hurt. Yeah.
I mean, you got the Samoa Joe thing, which I think is actually really fun. I don't know that Samoa Joe needs another title shot, but I guess he's going to get one eventually. You got Wardlow. You obviously have Jay White, but then he also has agreed to an ROH tag title shot at Full Gear against the Guns, but he doesn't have a partner for that either. And
you also have the storyline going with the Acclaimed
and the Kingdom.
You know, like, yeah, he's getting it from all angles. It's cool.
and the Mogul Embassy, because those guys have now said that they're coming after the Ring of Honor tag titles.
Do you like home invasion angles?
Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. This one was uncomfortable and weird, and I don't get it. It's one thing to go to Nick Wayne's wrestling school and like basically murder him. He is an adult and he is in the company. So whatever. It's another thing to imply that you home invaded Adam Page and you're in his son's crib.
That's right.
That is fucking weird, man.
That's right.
I don't like that story. I don't like it at all. It seemed too like when Rollins did it with Edge. It wasn't as creepy. There's something about, and maybe that's just that Swerve is that good of an actor that he made it that creepy. And also you have Prince Nana.
Prince Nana, who didn't like it anymore. They would get it out of here. I'm like,
yeah. Well, I mean, the kid thing is just, I know, look, we're in the rated R era, right? This is the rated R era for AEW, even though Adam Copeland now, I guess, just isn't on TV every week, because this week all he did was a backstage interview on Dynamite and wasn't on Collision.
And he's a dork. Somehow he doesn't know that Christian's a terrible person. He's a dork.
So we're in the rated R era. So I guess home invasions where you threaten another wrestler's infant child is on the table. But that was a tough watch for me. That was tough.
I finally this week, fully grasped the Dynamite Diamond Ring concept. I guess for some reason, I was never able to put it together. I never understood, like, what is it here? So correct me if I'm wrong. So every year they have the Dynamite, Diamond Ring Battle Royal, right? And so the winner, where this year it was Juice Robinson, so the winner then challenges the owner of the Dynamite Diamond Ring, which is always MJF. Right. So that's and so MJF defended it again. So then next year there will be another Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal champion who will challenge for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. So that's how it goes. I finally understand how this scenario works.
Yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, and so who has a longer streak right now? Is it Roman or MJF?
I mean, MJF has it for like 5 years now, right? 4 years?
I think 4. I think since the company started. Yeah.
Yeah.
So MJF.
Streak.
When did Roman officially? Roman's been. He's like. I mean, it's over 1,000 days, but I don't remember exactly. It was
sometime in 2019, I think.
So they're both pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dynamite Diamond Ring. I mean, it's funny, and it's funny that I'm not sure that he always has it, but the implication is that he always has it on him so he could cheat with it.
Yeah, I like it.
Look, everything he does, I'm telling you, this guy, he is everywhere. He's on every show. He's in every storyline. And as great, I'm telling you, he is quickly, this run of his as champion is quickly rivaling Roman's. And I know it's not in the length, but like what Roman did over the last few years in terms of being relevant and just the stories and how good it was incredible. Yep. But he also had the whole bloodline with him. Like MJF's just doing this on his own right now. It's unbelievable. I don't ever remember a time where the champion had so much going on and was so active at all times. I mean,
how about Kenny Omega's super popular, man? And just that crowd was really on MJF's side, dude, especially in the intro. Once again, though, I got beef with the officiating. I fucking hate it, man. There was right before MJF won, right before he hit Panama Sunrise, and then he did the pile driver move, which is a really good looking move. Right before that, I mean, Kenny Omega got a 3 count, and the crowd boos. They're holding up. They're like, I hate that shit, man. It never happens in WWE. It never, ever, ever happens. And that was a 3 count, but it wasn't. And nope. I hate it. I hate that every week that happens. And it's in such a high profile match too, which is, I hate the officiating in AEW, man. I think it's so below the level that it should be.
Yeah. And you couple that with JR, who is, I mean, it's fucking embarrassing for the product. He should not be on a microphone. He's so unbelievably bad now. It's hard to listen to him. He clearly does not watch AEW when he's not calling matches. Because, I mean, like, dude, you're telling me MJ, the arguably the most over move in the last 3 months of professional wrestling is the kangaroo kick.
Yeah.
And he's getting ready to do the kangaroo kick, and JR's like, oh, I don't know if he should do. I don't know, man. This is not good for him. He shouldn't be taking all this time. And Shivani's like, well, it's the kangaroo kick. Like JR, come on, man. Like he's, and then he said he just had comments throughout the whole match, and it's always this way. There's no shot JR watches AEW or knows what's going on in AEW. You could just tell when he's.
I mean, he can't pop it on the plane ride to, like last night they were at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Like, he can't pop on the week's episode of Dynamite and catch himself up.
Well, here's the thing. If he is watching it, then he's old and he's forgetting because he's not caught up with what's going on. And it's the other guys are like, part of what was great about Collision when it started was Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness. Now, apparently,
Yeah, where's Kevin Kelly?
So, well, apparently Tony Schiavone requested one last chance to be a commentator to Tony Khan. So now he's part of that crew. So it's Tony Schiavone, Kevin Kelly.
What do you mean one last chance? You mean one last chance to be play-by-play?
Play-by-play, yeah.
Yeah, because he's on Dynamite every week. Okay.
No, is he?
Schiavone? Of course he is. Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah,
just don't
Excalibur,
listen
Schiavone, and Taz.
I tune them all out. But now he's on the announce team.
Yeah, and he's definitely the play-by-play. Yeah.
Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness. But I guess because JR came out, Kevin Kelly came off.
Yeah, I mean, and because JR certainly cannot do play-by-play anymore.
Yeah, but it's just bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
Like they're trying. There's this, again, outside of MJF and a few things here and there. It does very much seem like Tony Khan thinks the more old guys I throw at you, the more I might get at random people. Oh, JR's on the show. Maybe I'll get a rating. Or this guy's on the show. Maybe I'll get a rating. And it hurts the product. It makes it so bad. It's hard to listen to.
I should make note, by the way, December 27th. It's a Wednesday night. AEW is coming to Orlando. AEW Dynamite live, and then they're taping Rampage. So Wednesday night, the 27th. I think I'm like a game time decision. You know, it's Christmas break, so I could potentially go. I could take my son. I think I'm a game time decision, but I'm interested. I'm interested in going, especially because it's in Orlando. I mean, Orlando's a great WWE crowd, but I would imagine you'll get a really good AEW crowd there too. I think it's at the UCF Arena. It can't possibly be at Amway Center. I doubt that. But I think I'm interested in going. I think tickets go on sale maybe next week. So for folks who are into that. Anyway, the other big story, though, Joey, tell everybody Wednesday night, Tony Khan's got a surprise for Sting. What were you guessing the surprise was going to be? Tell everybody.
I don't know if I was guessing, but I was saying, would it be out of the realm of possibility for him to buy TNA for Sting?
It's crazy. Yeah, I bought you a wrestling promotion. Here, it's yours. All right, what do I do with it?
Tony Khan wastes all. I bet you he's paying almost as much for Ric Flair to be on this run as it would cost to buy TNA.
I love Flair. Flair will do anything for money, and I'm sure he's getting paid a very pretty penny.
Yeah.
To be
between what it costs to pay Sting and Ric Flair, he could probably buy TNA.
Well, what I did like about Ric Flair showing up, and I guess he's going to be a part of the run between now all the way to manager, Revolution. Yeah, he's going to be chilling. The part that I liked the most about it was I'm pretty certain Sting had no idea. He looked genuinely so happy and surprised, and that to me made the moment. I really dug how happy Sting was to see that this was the surprise they gave him.
But I actually thought the segment was fine. And of course, having Christian come out is incredible. I mean, that's just him just running down Ric Flair was awesome. But these like the way Tony Khan promotes shit, man, he is turning into this whole thing was like, we're the wrestling company where he is becoming the ultimate carny. He is becoming the ultimate carny. The way they promoted this thing was Tony Khan has a gift for Sting, and it's something that's never been done for a wrestler in the history of the business. Brought in Ric Flair.
Your friend is going to hang out with you. That's the gift.
Yeah,
cool gift.
That's why
it's never been done.
When they promoted it as something never been done, I was like, oh, maybe he bought TNA.
Yeah, right.
Maybe he bought TNA, and not necessarily for Sting, but maybe like, here you go, be like the owner, the on-camera owner of TNA for a while. I don't know. I thought that Ric Flair is fun. It's whatever. I was shocked. It's even though we've seen him in other companies, obviously. Like I mean, he was in WCW, then he went to WWE, and then he was obviously did the run in TNA. It was still pretty shocking to see him in AEW.
Yeah, it was shocking, but like, do you think that it hurts his standing with WWE? Because I do not. I don't.
No, I don't think WWE cares at all.
I don't think they care
does right now. I think if WWE called him and wanted him on camera, he would leave AEW tomorrow. Forget about Sting's retirement. Ric Flair would be back tomorrow.
No, he's going where the money is. That's for sure.
Well, and his daughter.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts his standing with WWE at all.
No, really not at all. I mean, I don't think they care. I think WWE probably looks at it like, man, he's getting taken advantage of. He shouldn't be on TV. He shouldn't be traveling the road for AEW. Like, he's 74 years old. He's been on the brink of death multiple times.
And if AEW said, we'll give you another final match, he would take it.
And that was everyone's fear. I think a lot of people online were like, please don't let Ric Flair be the third member in this tag match.
I could see it.
Because they haven't announced who the third member is.
I could see it.
Which, oh, man.
So Bryan Danielson's hurt again.
Yeah, I guess it's
always hurt. He's always hurt.
The way, so Dynamite, it was so, yeah, he has a broken orbital, apparently.
It's always hurt.
It's like a real broken orbital. And the way Dynamite ended was very strange. It was very chaotic. Like, no one knew what was going on. It seemed like Okada thought it was a work, but it was real. And everyone's just staring at each other and they just went off the air randomly. So yeah, it's weird, man.
Situation. It's going to sound old school when I say this, but part of pro wrestling has been to make it look real. That's always been what it's been about, is to make it look real without it actually being real. Make it look like you're hitting someone without actually hitting someone. And Bryan Danielson is always hurt now, and he's too physical. It's like, it doesn't make you a great wrestler if you do all of the super physical stuff that wows everybody, and as a result, you can't wrestle anymore.
And we were just talking about how this run, if it was his final run, has been like an all-timer. Like, he's been having like arguably the best matches of his career over the last few months, since he said like it might come to an end soon. And now he's out.
Yeah.
And now he's out. And it's the same thing. I always talk about this with Kenny Omega, and it happened again in the Kenny Omega MJF match, where there's always a moment in the Kenny Omega in a Kenny Omega match where I'm like, God, everyone's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And it happened with that whatever that move was, the pile driver or power bomb thing that he did to MJF through the table.
Yeah.
I thought MJF was dead.
It looked scary for a moment, because it looked like MJF, it looked like he didn't have the balance to do it properly.
I hated it. I hate that stuff. But for some reason, Kenny Omega doesn't get hurt, but Bryan Danielson does. I mean, Kenny Omega is obviously working hurt. Like, he's obviously always probably has some level of injury. But Bryan Danielson's having like serious injuries.
Yeah, it's not good coming out of these matches where you have a serious injury. Like, it's not supposed to be the way the art form is.
That being said, though, this injury was a broken orbital, so probably someone did it to him, right?
Yeah, or unless, was he doing something super high risk, which is not necessary, and then an accident happens? The
storyline is that now Claudio is going after Orange Cassidy and Okada because they don't know whether it was the Orange Punch or the Rainmaker that broke Bryan Danielson's orbital.
All right. You got anything else on AEW from this week? I think we hit on the big stuff for AEW. You got anything else there?
I didn't put it in my notes. But have we gotten to the point where we can say Tony Khan does not know how to book his women's division? Because it's bad, man. It's just bad. I'm having trouble with it week to week.
What didn't you like this week?
That they had a number one contenders match on Rampage and had Abaddon win to get a title shot just so that the freak weirdo could be in a Halloween match.
When's the last time we saw Abaddon on television? Has to have been over a year. Probably Halloween last year.
That was her Collision. That was their Collision debut.
No, but I'm saying on TV in general, it's probably
I don't know,
right?
But that's my thing. Is like, again, supposed to be the real wrestling show. That match last night between Shida and Abaddon was a WWE match, 100%. House of Horrors match with the zombie character who hasn't been on TV in 2 years, but suddenly he's getting a title shot. You want to do a Halloween match? Just do a Halloween match. It doesn't have to be for a title. Does it have to be for a title? Like, what are we doing? And then, again, back to the announcers. Shida comes out in a dress. wrestled the match in a dress. And they did not reference why she was in a dress.
I didn't even see it.
She was wrestled in a full dress, which apparently is like a video game character, and she was dressed that way for a Halloween. But they didn't say that, so I was just like, why is your world champion wrestling in a dress? Like a full-length dress, like down below the knees. It wasn't like a short dress. It was like a down all the way down to the knees with a slit. I was like, if I didn't know, like, we want to be the wrestling show that where people take us seriously because we're real, we're more like a sport. If I was trying to show wrestling to somebody, if I was just hanging out with someone, I was like, hey, wrestling's
you'd
pretty
be
cool.
embarrassed. You'd be embarrassed that that's
wrestling's cool. Look, let's turn it on. This company has great wrestling, and I turn it on, and they're like, there's a zombie fighting a woman in a dress. Who's the woman in the dress? Oh, that's the champion.
Yeah, you'd be embarrassed.
It's just bad, man. But Toni Storm's great, so whatever. Hopefully, she just wins the title, and you keep that going.
Let's move over to WWE. So, by the way, I do also want to mention, we all know that WWE Royal Rumble is going to be in St. Pete, January 27. And they also just announced, it's a Saturday night, and they also just announced that SmackDown the night before is here in Miami. So, Kaseya Center, Miami. I'm obviously going to Royal Rumble. I'm going with my son. So I got to see what the situation is, but we may just do both. May do SmackDown on Friday nights. It depends on what's going on. So you want to check that out. Everybody knows on the Ticket Ninja, and tickets go on sale on Friday. That's the regular on sale. I'm not sure if there's a pre-sale yet. You'd have to assume there is. But anyway, so that's happening next week. SmackDown a couple nights ago. I thought LA Knight was at his best. You know, there's been a lot of good LA Knight promo segments over the last few weeks involving him, the Bloodline, Cena, the whole deal. I thought LA Knight was at his best with Roman there. I loved him coming out and interrupting Roman's 10-minute intro and just walking right past him. Love that. And then it's the little stuff, right? Then where he sits at the head of the table. And Roman's pissed about that, obviously. And yeah, I loved the whole segment. I loved Roman getting angry at the end and trying to beat the shit out of LA Knight until, of course, Jimmy comes in and helps him out. I thought the segment was an A+. I loved it.
Yeah, I thought, we always wonder how much of these promos and these segments are like actually discussed beforehand, or how much of it is like just go out there and just do your thing. And based on Roman's reaction, you gotta wonder if LA Knight ran the suffering succotash thing by.
Well, that's LA Knight's thing now, right? You mentioned that, where he loves, he loves bringing up stuff from the past.
Yeah, but that was not just not just bringing up stuff from the past. That was like to Roman Reigns' face, basically bringing up the low point of his career.
Mm-hmm.
Like, which, whatever, he turned it around. Now he's arguably the greatest of all time. He'll be in the conversation. But I mean, I thought that was his reaction made it seem like maybe that one wasn't cleared.
I love it.
But that's great. And you saw Heyman sort of put his hand on him like, whoa, big fella. Whoa, it's okay. Yeah, Roman Reigns. Look, I love that LA Knight is getting these moments because he's going to lose, which is fine. A year ago he was Max Dupree, so it's pretty impressive what he's done since then. Yeah, he's awesome. He's great. He's incredible.
Do you believe that? Is there a chance that Cena beats Solo at Crown Jewel? So Cena does the whole promo. He's afraid he's going to lose the fans. He doesn't win matches anymore very often. Can they pull can Cena pull a rabbit out of his hat and get a win over Solo?
I don't know. I'm split.
I'm split too. I don't know.
I'm split here, and I probably won't actually make a prediction until we do a preview show for this show. But
I think Cena could win. I'm definitely split.
I think Cena could win because he's got to go back to acting soon. So are they just gonna have him come back, lose a bunch of matches, and then leave? Like, I mean, I guess.
Well, but also he's got to beat somebody. Like I said, he hasn't won a singles match in forever. Eventually, he's got to beat somebody in a singles match. And this would be a pretty huge one. And you know what? It's not like Solo would lose anything by losing to Cena.
That's what I was going to say. It's like Solo's not at a point in his career where he has to beat John Cena.
No.
He's still very early stages, so he can lose. I mean, he can lose to Cena.
He could totally lose. I wouldn't think any less of him.
I think you just talked me into it. I think as of today, I'm going Cena.
I'm still split, but I'm leaning towards Cena. I think Cena could win.
Yeah,
I think.
But I think I also like, I think it plays into the Solo and Jimmy. They just keep disappointing the tribal chief, and he has to keep cleaning up messes like that. That's part of, I think, what's been going on with the bloodline since Jay walked out, basically.
Could it eventually lead to Jay going back, where it's like, Roman's like, I need Jay?
I don't know, man, but to be honest, I don't even know what they're doing with Jay. Like, I don't get it. As of right now, I think the winner of the Usos splitting up is Jimmy, because his character is awesome.
Well, I would tell you, I'll bet if WWE officials heard you say that, they'd be really happy with that.
No, sure, but like, Jay got moved to Raw to be like a single star because he was, well, also to split them up because they need them to be away from each other till Mania, whatever. But like, there was talks, like everyone's like, is he going to beat Seth? Is he going to beat Gunther? What's he going to do? He's such a star. He's got the thing now with the bop with the crowd. Like he's also, and now he's like losing singles matches on Raw after holding the tag titles for a week.
He can't win every match.
But meanwhile, you got Jimmy, who is, I mean, he's not winning matches either, but at least he's hilarious and having great segments with Roman. This whole quarterback, audible, run the play, 100 reserve, it's all good stuff.
We're getting close to the Drew McIntyre turn, right? It's gonna be good.
Can I tell you what I think is happening? Can I tell you what I think is gonna happen? I think Drew's gonna beat Seth, and I think Priest is gonna cash in, and that's gonna be the last straw, and Drew becomes the psychopath.
Yeah, but if Drew then loses it, wouldn't that set him up to still be a babyface?
Yeah, but he's going to go crazy. He's going to snap. This is the last straw of him snapping.
I mean, it sounds good in theory that
Drew
finally gets the title back, and then he doesn't get to actually celebrate it like he didn't in the pandemic era. I do like that in theory.
Yeah. Well, I do also just think, and maybe the Drew thing is much. I think this is it. I think Priest.
I think he could beat Seth.
No, I think Priest cashes it. I think this is the one.
I've been saying Priest is going to cash in for like 3 straight premium live events. I'm not thinking it for this one. I don't feel it.
And I've been saying I have no idea, and I don't think he should.
Yeah, I don't feel it.
And I still don't think he deserves to be champion, and I think it would be a little lackluster. I think this is the one. I think he beat Jay on Raw. He's going to lose to Cody.
Is there any scenario where they put, and I hate when they do this, is there any scenario where the briefcase gets put on the line against Cody?
No, I don't think
I hope not. I don't
think so. I think he just loses to Cody. Cody continues his build towards getting back to Roman.
Well, remember, that's what they did with Seth when Seth had the greatest cash in ever. He lost earlier in the night.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that
still cashed in.
Yeah, it throws you off the scent, right?
Yep. Sure.
They lose, and then you think it's over, and then boom.
It's throwing me off the scent because the last 3 months, I think Priest is going to cash in, and now I don't think he's going to cash in next weekend.
Maybe. Okay, how about this? Rhea Ripley has been trying to make deals with everybody. I hate Rhea Ripley's character right now. I'm sorry.
That's okay, man.
But it's okay, but like everyone loves her. I'm the only one who doesn't.
I love her. Yeah, I love her.
I'm the only one who, and it's not that I don't like her. I like her. I know what kind of star she is. I just don't like this character. Backstage maneuver, Rhea Ripley doesn't do it for me.
She's going to win her 5-way. She's going to win.
I probably, but wouldn't be shocked if, like, I don't know, Nia Jax. I don't know, whatever. Because that would be weird. But she's been trying to like help Seth, and she's been trying to help. They've been trying to help Drew, the Judgment Day. What if Judgment Day comes out to try to help Drew win the title? They cost him the title. And then Priest cashes in on Rollins. So not only do they cost him,
but does that make Drew a babyface then?
I don't know. Drew loses, beats the dog shit out of Seth.
I think Drew can win the title from Seth. I think he can.
I just think Priest is cashing it. I just have a feeling Like, this is the one. Like, he has a singles match against Cody. Like, what are we doing? Like, I know that there's like the history and the tag titles.
Yeah.
It's a short history, by the way, but there's history. But like, why is this match on Crown Jewel? Why?
So what do we have so far for Crown Jewel? We have.
I mean, the show's set. There's 7
How many matches? 7 matches. Okay, so what are they?
Yeah.
Do you have them in front of you?
Yeah, Seth versus Drew.
Okay.
Rhea in the fatal 5-way.
And that's with Raquel Rodriguez,
Shayna,
Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler,
Zoe Stark.
Yeah. All right.
You think Zoe has a chance?
No.
Okay. Roman versus LA Knight.
All right. It's a good match.
Rey versus Logan Paul.
Logan Paul's going to win the title.
I think so too. I think everyone thinks that, which maybe now it's like one of those, it's like with gambling when the public is so heavy, like, and when it's like 95% public is on one thing, you probably just have to go the other way.
No, not here though. Sometimes the public's right.
It feels like maybe the public is so on Logan that maybe Rey just keeps it.
Sometimes the public's right. The Intercontinental title has been elevated with Gunther. You cannot say the same thing with the U.S. title. Austin Theory couldn't do it. Rey Mysterio's obviously not doing it. Logan Paul parading around his YouTube with the U.S. title does it. He's going to win.
Right. And we, I mean, what was the last time didn't he fight for a title recently where we were like, wouldn't it be, the world title, right? He fought Rollins? Didn't he fight recently where we were like, man, or was it Money in the Bank? We were like, oh, we think he might win Money in the Bank.
Definitely Money in the Bank. Yeah.
Because we thought he would win Money in the Bank because WWE would want him like parading it around on his socials and doing all this stuff.
Yeah, definitely Money in the Bank.
Well, it makes sense for the U.S. title, but I mean,
and then at SummerSlam he fought Ricochet.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think Logan Paul's going to win also. It just feels right. But everyone thinks that, so I'm thinking, I don't know.
And what else do we have?
Cody, Damian Priest.
Okay. Yeah, Cody's going to win.
Cena, Solo.
All right.
And Io versus Bianca.
Oh, I'm not even sure that I knew that. Okay.
Yeah, Bianca came back and got her rematch. So
okay.
I guess she went on vacation and came back and decided she wanted a title shot, so she got it.
I mean, we'll do a preview show probably Thursday or Friday this week because it's a Saturday afternoon Eastern time. We're huge on the West Coast, so that's why I mentioned the Eastern time.
Right.
We'll do a preview show. But okay, so those are all the matches. That's what we got.
Yeah, I'm looking at something right now. When was the last time Gunther was on a pay-per-view?
It's been a long time. I read recently it's been at least 3 Premium Live events since he's been on the card. Yeah, he has not been defending at a Premium Live events.
He beat Drew at SummerSlam.
Yeah, so that's August, September, October. So this will be
it was Payback, Fastlane, and now this.
Yep, there you go, 3 straight. Yep,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
kind of crazy.
Yeah, but it's not like he hasn't been in action. Like he's been defending it on Raw and shit, and it's been awesome. So whatever.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's awesome. I mean, but that's why it's also weird to me.
It's weird.
Like, I don't know. I guess they want him as the Raw attraction, but
can I also add something from SmackDown this week? Kevin Owens' interaction with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller was awesome.
Yeah, KO's great.
And the I mean, just him yelling to Jamie Noble that he could definitely punch the two of them at the same time, and then he does. Like it was really good, really fun. I can go for more to that, man.
Yep.
That was really good.
Have you seen Grayson Waller trolling Taylor Swift fans?
No.
It was either on Instagram or TikTok. It's pretty good.
Good. Okay.
I guess they went, Taylor Swift fans are crazy. So he must have said something and then they went after him and then he went on and did like a fake apology. It's pretty good.
You got some big dirt, not big dirt for this week. What do we got, man? Let's do it.
Yeah. So speaking of pay-per-views, PLEs, whatever, it sounds like Roman is not scheduled for Survivor Series. And they're reportedly he is not expected to wrestle again after Crown Jewel until Royal Rumble.
Right. Yeah, it's big dirt, obviously. I mean, if you're not going to see Roman Reigns wrestle a match for another few months after next weekend, it's obviously big dirt. I'm going to Royal Rumble, though, so I'm good with it. Like, from a selfish standpoint, it feels like, all right, it's going to be a really huge deal when he wrestles again. And I'm going to be there. So, yeah, like I'm good with it. It's big dirt.
Isn't it weird, though? He was gone for so long, and now he's just going to take another – well, not take off. He'll be on shows, I'm guessing. But
Yeah.
And I guess that also means we're definitely not getting any type of bloodline thing at Survivor Series.
Like, well, I mean, if they do War Games, yeah, I think War Games winds up being Judgment Day versus like Cody and Jimmy and his crew. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
Bloodline's
didn't you
involved
think?
in War Games.
But don't we think it's going to be Raw versus SmackDown?
I think
Aldis
there'll be,
versus
yeah,
Pierce?
Definitely Pierce versus Aldis. Yes, definitely.
Right. Got it.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of PLEs, WWE announced next August Bash in Berlin, and there's also apparently discussion on doing a premium live event in Paris next year.
I like it. I think it's big dirt. I like when they do these international shows because the crowds are awesome, man.
Incredible.
And if I'm watching at home, the crowd adds so much to the atmosphere and the enjoyment of watching the show. So if I'm not going to be there, do it international crowds. I wish they would do Fastlane or Backlash. I think Backlash should permanently be in Puerto Rico. I'm good with them doing international shows. They're fun as hell to watch, man. Big dirt.
Did I mention last week on the show that I went back and watched Bad Bunny's entrance like 10 times?
I go back. I rewatch it every couple of weeks, man.
I think I'm sure like in December sometime we'll do like our top moments of the year. And I know there's been some great stuff, but I don't know how I could how there could be better. I mean, I know there's like the Sammy stuff.
It was a WrestleMania crowd. It was amazing.
But just his music, the song was a banger, and they all sing. It was like one of the best entrances ever.
It was so good. It was so good.
Some free agent news. Heath is officially now a free agent.
He's got kids, man.
He famously let go from WWE in 2020. He's been in Impact, now TNA.
Do you remember his last match with WWE?
I don't.
What was it? Drew in the Performance Center for the title.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's funny. I don't even remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, Heath Slater, hottest free agent on the market. Big dirt, not big dirt.
I'm going not big dirt. I mean, I love Heath Slater's I got kids gimmick, but no, it's not big dirt.
I mean, we could have all 3 members of 3MB back in WWE in some capacity.
That's right. Who was it who said to Drew McIntyre recently, "You've been in a band before"?
Who was that? That's true.
Someone said it recently. I don't remember who though.
Ronda Rousey is doing indies.
Yeah.
So she showed up at some lucha indie show. She tagged with Marina Shafir and now has announced that her next indie show is for Wrestling Revolver on November 16th. Ronda Rousey's on the indies.
I'm going not big dirt. I feel like the indie crowd, will not take kindly to her. So
I don't know. I didn't really watch her appearance, so I don't know what the reaction was.
I didn't either. I don't think Marina Shafir is any good, but I'm going not big dirt.
I haven't seen enough of her. I don't know that she's necessarily bad. I think she's just probably similar to her husband, a little bit bland.
I always think back to that promo with AEW. Oh my God. What was she called again? Was she the answer? Was that her?
Something like
was that her gimmick? Oof, it was bad.
Could there be a more perfect personality-wise couple than Marina Shafir and Roderick Strong?
Yeah, but I think we like what Roderick Strong is doing right
now. For the first time ever, he's entertaining.
Adam!
Personality-wise, he's always been a great wrestler.
Who was it he was yelling to the other day that was in the ring?
Max.
Was it MJF?
Yeah,
Roddy, Roddy, I'm right in front of you.
Yeah. It's a good gimmick. It's good that he he'll sometimes wrestle with the neck brace and stuff. It's all very good.
Oh, doesn't he usually take it off and then he puts it right back on?
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, last one. So Dana White did an interview. I think it was with SI, and they asked him about his relationship with Vince McMahon. And he said, "My history with Vince isn't a good one. He tried to fuck me so many times for no reason whatsoever, other than just to fuck me. But that's in the past. Now Vince and I are allies. No one's been a better partner than Vince." And apparently, Vince is higher up than Dana on this TKO org chart, and Vince has like decision-making power within UFC now, which is, I mean, wild to me, but Big Dirt, not Big Dirt, Vince pulling the strings in UCF or UFC now too.
I'm going not Big Dirt. You know, they were essentially rivals in business, and now they work together in business. And I think Dana White clearly understands that. So there's no, ill will or anything like that. And there's definitely not going to be any ill will on Vince's part, because Vince has always been about not letting personal feelings get in the way of business. So yeah, I'm going not Big Dirt.
Did you see Vince at the Tyson Fury Francis Ngannou?
I saw he's got a cane. Well, he had some major back surgery recently, right?
Yeah. Yes. A while ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got a cane, and he was there with Undertaker.
Yeah. So I saw someone
That's
tweet
a crew,
it.
Man.
Someone tweeted it, and I thought it said that he was there with Undertaker and Kane. Which I was like, Kane is there?
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
And then, but it was meant that he had a cane. But did you see what they said? They were saying that they said they were saying he was with Undertaker and he was holding a cane. He was front row, sitting next to Mike Tyson and Eminem.
It's awesome. But yeah, Vince McMahon's not sitting anywhere but front row, of course.
But I didn't see Taker, so I can't. So they put Taker somewhere else.
Maybe Undertaker was sitting somewhere else with his wife. It's possible.
Maybe that I don't know if you caught any of that event yesterday.
I did not.
I know since it's the end of the show, we're a wrestling show, but Saudi Arabia is. I mean, get ready. 10 years from now, every sport's going to be in Saudi Arabia. I mean, that was crazy. It was, first of all, every celebrity on the planet.
Yeah, it was like the most star-studded boxing event ever. Right?
I mean, it was nuts. It was wild.
It's pretty cool.
And they built 2 arenas for it. One for the undercard and one just for the main event.
So do you have to buy separate tickets?
No, I think you just walk from one to the other, because between the undercard and the main event, they did a whole opening ceremony with like a 20-minute concert.
Seems like a pain in the ass to me.
It was a lot. I mean, the whole thing was, the main card, which I think had 4 boxing matches plus the main event, started at 2 p.m.
Yeah. And
the main event didn't actually start till like 6:30 or something, or 6 o'clock.
I wish that was every fighting schedule. 6:30 p.m. walkout for the main event. Love it.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. The money that Saudi Arabia is throwing around for boxing events, you might get your wish, because I don't see a scenario where like major boxing events aren't over there. It was crazy. Now, after what happened in the fight, boxing is in a little bit of turmoil, because
that's why I don't pay for boxing, man.
Well, Francis Ngannou won that fight. I think a lot of people think won that fight, but Tyson Fury got the decision.
Right.
So it was wild.
Was it for the title?
No. But it was a pro fight. Originally, when they signed the fight, it was just going to be like an exhibition. And then it was like, okay, well, no, we'll do like no knockdown. No. And then it was like, okay, we'll sanction it, but it won't be a full fight. And then it was a 10-round fight. And then there was announced right before, like the day before, that it would be on their pro records. So that would have been the first loss in Tyson Fury's career.
Wow.
In Francis Ngannou's first ever boxing match, amateur or pro.
Yeah, it's impressive.
And he knocked him down.
Yeah.
It was wild. Impressive. I mean, it was a wild. I watched the whole fight. I thought, I don't know enough about boxing to score it, but it felt like Ngannou won the fight. I mean, it was crazy.
That's what I read. Yeah.
And Alexander Usyk was in the front row.
Who's that?
That's the other world heavyweight champion.
Oh, okay.
Fury. The rumor was that they already have their fight set for December 23rd.
Well, maybe that's why Fury has to win the match.
You should. I mean, there's a video on Twitter out there of Usyk when Fury got knocked down, and he looks very nervous.
Yeah,
like, he could see the money flying out the window.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
All right, man, excellent job. So like I said, we'll do a Crown Jewel preview show either Thursday or Friday. Got to see what the week entails for me. I can't tell the future, but we'll do it either Thursday or Friday, and then we'll do probably a recap show on Sunday next week. Yeah. Hey, for everybody who's watching us right now, or you're listening to this at some point shortly after we end the live stream, I'm hosting ESPN Radio NFL Game Day at 1:00 today, so you could tune into that. That would be fun. I would appreciate that. Make sure you like, you rate, you comment, you do all the good stuff. That's good for the algorithm, and then we get all the monies Of course, our sponsors here, Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys, who are the title sponsor of everything Zaslow Show 2.0. Matthew H. Maschler, Signature Real Estate Finder. And today's show also brought to you in part by Bet Online. Joey, tell all your fans you'll talk to them in a few days. Go ahead.
We'll talk to you guys later in the week for a little preview.
Thanks, guys. We love pro wrestling. We'll talk to you in a few days. See ya.